video of her rant about color or lack thereof in this movie.
And you thought you were just going to hear a rant about Star Wars.
I apologize for unleashing her on the world.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. We're back. Mostly her.
Yeah.
Because this is her rant about just how bland Solo looks.
We were going on and on, or I was going on and on and on.
It was you.
Going on and on and on and on and on the detailed description. And I am a professionally trained graphic artist. And because of that...
And she's pissed.
And because of that, I've done a lot of art theory, color theory, so that involves like mood lighting and things like that. The original series broke records and like completely revolutionized the way that special effects were done in movies, and the special effects from the original series held up decades after they actually were filmed. So that being said, all of these new ones that I have seen anything of have been drastically disappointing to me for special effects. And this one is about the disappointments that I have seen in the trailer and the teaser.
No, the TV spot and the teaser.
The TV spot, excuse me. The TV spot and the teaser that we were reviewing earlier, because holy cow, do I see bunches.
Just keep in mind, as you're watching this video, going through and watching her very detailed analysis as she picks apart the color and lighting failures of this trailer. This entire rant is based off of less than a minute and a half of shown footage of a movie. Oh my god, she's like, I have concerns about the fog. And I'm like, what? Because her notes are literally both sides of a page, and they are written, you know, this way, this way, this way. And she's going off about lighting and fog and a bunch of other things. And honestly, after sitting here for 2 hours with her to make this intro, I agree with her. Let's do the fog.
Okay.
Let's do the fog.
Okay.
Everywhere. There is fog.
Literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay, let's okay. Right here. Very cloudy, very foggy, very cramped-ish feeling, things like that. It's musty and dirty, okay? As far as I can tell, this is supposed to be Imperial, and what the scene that follows next, it seems like it's a recruitment center.
I would say it's Imperial just because, I mean, visibly on here, and I'll try to point them out. There's about 20 stormtroopers visible. A couple of guys in what look like military uniforms. There's an Imperial control panel.
Officers, there's military droids. I mean, it's all over the place. And in the original series, they are crisp, clean, and sterile, with lighting that reminds you of like a surgical room. Okay?
Hospital.
I mean, it's only dark when you're supposed to be scared. Otherwise, it's just crisp, clean, sterile, looks very neat, very tidy, very regulated.
Even the trash compactor is well lit.
Even the trash compactor is well lit and not... This looks sturdier than the trash compactor, honestly.
Well, the floors are, you know, tidy.
Yeah, but this is not, you know, this is like, it looks like it has like some water stuff over here. It's weird. It does not feel like the same Empire. It doesn't have that crisp, clean, order, tidy, you know, super uptight feel. It genuinely does not. And so, yes, this light, it's beautiful lighting, but it just doesn't feel like the same Empire if this is supposed to be an Empire thing. In the original series, they were artists. And even in, like, the prequels, they were artists with mood lighting. And it's mood lighting, but it doesn't, I don't know what they're trying to say here. It doesn't feel like the mood lighting is appropriate for what's there. Maybe I'm just talking, but it just doesn't feel right, you know?
Now, I do agree it does feel very dark, very foggy, and it seems like no matter where you go, every scene there's fog. It even looks like there's going to be a battle in what looks like a nebula.
Which is a cool idea, don't get me wrong, but what is that? You know, it's monotone. It's the same thing over and over again. Yeah.
Even the Falcon, the shots of the Falcon's supposed to be bright white with blue detail. And the Falcon just appears to be this pale gray like it always was, which, you know, would be fine if it was pale gray, but it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be bright white in this one.
But yeah, I mean, that's just one of those things.
And she picks this stuff out. I'm just like, ooh, look. Imperial uniform.
Okay.
I know that. I was like, yeah, I'm the Star Wars geek. Ooh, it's a new TIE fighter. I wonder what that looks like. And she's like, the lighting on this is terrible. He's in this scene. This is...
Well, like here. Okay. This shot right here. Lots of problems, okay? Lighting is fine if it wasn't pretty much everywhere in this trailer. Okay, it's the exact same pretty much everywhere. It's just dark. Nothing bright, pretty much, except for kind of the beach.
And honestly, to put on that, this is an Imperial facility, clearly. It clearly looks like an Imperial facility behind him. And it is extremely dark. It doesn't feel like an Imperial facility.
No, it doesn't. It you know, unless they dim the lights for something that they're working on. I mean, this is not an Imperial facility compared to the originals. Everything is black, everything dark, and everything is drab.
The other thing
His uniform does not feel as tight and neat as the ones in the original series. I'm sorry, they did fairly decently, but theirs looked, honest to God, you would not be able to see those freaking wrinkles right there on his side. A strange thing to notice, but...
The other thing you pointed out on this over and over again is his attitude does not look Imperial. It's too jovial. The entire conversation is like, oh, you're going to love this. And like
the recruiter is very jovial and stuff, which, okay, might be a recruiter.
Right.
He's not the recruiter, as far as I can tell.
I don't know. I don't think so. This doesn't look like the same area.
And, like, there's plenty of smug in the original series.
But it's a more confident smug.
It's definitely not that smug.
You're hitting on some of the weirdest things.
I know, but it's definitely... It's a smug that's... It's a smugness that is kind of also like he's repulsed by your attitude in the original series, whereas this one is just a smug, haha, that kid will learn kind of thing.
Yeah.
The smugness in this one and the attitudes that have been portrayed by the officers and the soldiers in this one do not fit and feel like the officers and soldiers from the original series.
Just about every Imperial officer in the original trilogy, when they spoke, they kind of had this, you know, it's almost like you kind of expected them to try and touch you and then be like, ew, and just wash their hands. They regarded everything as scum.
Yeah, and they just automatically hated you, type of thing. And that's not the kind of feeling that you're getting here. You know, it's kind of hard to recruit when you're like that, but that's just how it felt. And this is definitely not feeling like that.
The destroyer in the fog is
nebula.
Awesome.
This reveal is absolutely gorgeous, especially with the lightning being the thing. But, again, so monotone. I mean, the lightning does some nice, cool, dramatic effects. The red glow from the new TIE Fighters tile is a really nice effect.
I think that TIE Fighter is actually a kind of gunship because it looks like it's firing from the second... You can't see because my hand's off here. The second bulb that's off to the side appears to be the one that's shooting.
Yeah. So
she just licked me.
I do like how the lightning accents
Yeah,
the destroyer.
The destroyer looks beautiful in this.
And there is some lighting here, which is nice. And like the green with the red, nice, very nice, accents. But again, okay, here's a light here. Why isn't it lighting anything around it other than like a slight reflection on his face? I mean, it looks like it should light up more than that, unless it's like a night light. I mean, is it a night light? Are they trying to do stealth mode, which apparently isn't working because they're being chased? So, I mean, you might as well be able to see what you're doing. I mean, the only lighting that they're getting is from the actual shots, which, okay, that one was green. This one's red. Where'd the white light come from?
I think it was an explosion.
Okay. How did they get in front of them to shoot them?
Technically, a TIE fighter would be faster than the Falcon.
Okay.
In sublight, the TIE fighter's going to be faster.
Okay, so, alright, cool. Hey, they actually lit up the console a little bit with lights. Woo!
I have to give her the Star Wars information. I have, in fact, heard her have the conversation. She gave her brother a Lego, and on the phone she's like, No. That's Vader's TIE fighter. What you're thinking of is a TIE Interceptor. And I'm sitting there like, I have done this. I was proud of that moment. But now I feel as if I have unleashed something in the Star Wars community.
Okay. Again, why is everything so dark? Give him just a little... I mean, at least have lightning or something interior light him up so we can see him a little bit better. I mean, I understand they want it to be a little dark on the outside, so the tentacle thing is the kind of a surprise, but holy cow! He is... I mean, you kind of see him, but you really don't. Give him a little bit more lighting. I mean, if you look at any of the original series or any of the prequels, there's a heck of a lot better lighting just on the characters so you can see their faces. It gives them it's mood lighting. It gives them the ability to see how they're supposed to feel. Whereas this is just blah, monotone, nothing. Like, where Anakin in the prequels would have half of his face being dark, half of it would be light, and it would tell the conflict inside of him. Nothing like that in any of the new ones that I have seen. Nothing. And that is why I say that the original series and the prequels were revolutionary, because they actually got the shit right. These guys did not even touch that kind of thing. So yes, okay. Take it as a snapshot. It's pretty. But it's not using the same purpose. And there's so much more that could be done with a shot if you know the color theory, mood lighting, and like the way colors affect emotions. There is so much more that they could be doing with everything that they just aren't doing. And there's a lot of realistic variety that they just aren't putting in a lot of these shots. And honestly, it's like, okay, this shot right here, it's gray with a Millennium Falcon flying in.
Which is white and blue in this one.
White and blue. And like the only color that you really have is the blue light in the engine and the white in the back. What else is there? I mean, it feels like there's so much empty space in this shot that could have been used.
This is a still shot. There is more going on.
Yeah, but I mean, I should be able to pause it at any point and see something beautiful, not gray. Like, okay, here, okay. Alright. This lightning coming off of the tentacles. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely positively beautiful. But again, this is science fiction. Why are the tentacles gray? Why can't they be another color? Why does the lightning have to be gray? It could be interacting with the tentacles in a way that makes it not be white. It could be green. It could be yellow. It could be orange. Oh my god, yellow is your favorite color. Why not just make it yellow instead of white? But I mean, it's like, I like the concept. And hey, look, there's a little yellow. But it's like this shot. It's nice, but I mean, I know you're not supposed to see everything on it, but if you have like a hidden in the background, very faint to see continuation of the creature in it, where if you zoom in, you're like, oh my god, that's right there. That kind of thing. Wonderful. But instead we've got fog. We've got smoke. Got haze. Clean it up. Give us like special images of the creature so that we can be like, oh, and feel like we're special because we found something. You know, don't give us just this haze and fog that, you know, it keeps you from having to fill out the rest of the world. And that's just lazy. Again, so much cloud, which I understand they were like in a storm and stuff, but like you can't even see like the tentacle, like the little hair thingies that were on the tentacles that were before. And it's just like they didn't have the tentacles like in the background didn't have all of the same features as the ones that were in the foreground. It's kind of, and it just didn't feel like it was fleshed out to be the same. It's like, it's in a blur, so it's like, oh, hey, you know, it didn't have to put all of the special features in. Do it, please. Oh my god, please. I noticed it in your freaking, what is this, teaser? Please add it in. It'll be a subconscious thing that everybody will appreciate. And I won't have to rag on your stuff that's only like 3 minutes long for 2 hours.
2 minutes long. Just 2 minutes.
This shot is poorly done because it's all the same color. It's literally all the same color.
This is
artistically, red. Yeah, but I mean, like, there's nothing to distinguish it. Like, if they had added some, like, more lights to it because it's darker, that would make sense because it's slightly darker. But it's all gray, blah, dreary. They didn't even add some, like, lighting on the mountains to make it, like, a little bit more accentuated that there's, like, some depth to the mountains. They didn't add any of that. They added some shadowing on the train itself to tell there's difference between the cars. But that's it. There's nothing showing any kind of distinction. Even if they made the cars like slightly shiny so that you could see them a little bit, so they stuck out a little bit more to change their color just slightly, they could have done that. Didn't do a single thing. It's all blah, blue, gray, slate, blah, except for the little itty bitty bit of red, which absolutely does nothing for the composition.
Yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for the red, this would almost look like a black and white picture.
Yeah, it's just bad. Because, like, here, okay, the only real color is coming from the shots.
Well, again, we've already talked that the train itself, like, if you were to... I'm actually going to put a black and white picture next to the train of it, just so you can take a look at it and see. Now, I haven't done this yet, but I'm wondering if, in doing that, if there really would be any major difference between the two.
Yeah, some of this brown might go away.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, if they had, like, a different sky under it, yeah, okay, it'll be different feel, but it wouldn't be so monotone.
The other thing to think of is this is Star Wars. Just because lightning is white on Earth doesn't mean there could be lightning in a snowstorm here, and it could be bright purple or green or something just to give this color.
Yeah.
But it seems like the only color is the red on the train and the red of the blasters, which black, white, and red. I mean, I kind of, if you're going for that, maybe, but
like here, okay, this And this looks like it could be a snowbank upside down, okay? I mean... Am I right?
No, it's the same color palette, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, you can barely tell there's any difference. So, I mean, it's... Why? Just why? You're a professional photographer, or like, director of photography. Why? Holy cow! She's wearing red.
You got to make the woman stand out. Because obviously, given the way that the last few Disney Star Wars movies have gone, she's the main character.
But, I mean, look at that. You can actually see her. Fog. And if you are looking very closely, he blends into the ship.
Which actually is a good point to make. I mean, I'm sitting here laughing at her because she's been going on about this for half an hour raw footage-wise. But she does make a good point. That droid is white and gray, more or less. You've never seen a droid that is white and gray. There's white and royal blue. There's gold. There's shiny silver. There's black. There's white and orange. And then, of course, Nazi BB-8. But
Yeah,
you've never seen one that's just white and gray.
But he, like, blends in. It's like... Seriously, like, there's a little bit of gray. Like, there's gray. There's... Oh, hey, look, the sky is gray. And then the floor is somewhat brownish. But other than that, it's... Like, this light has a little bit of blue, but there's no color other than her cape. I mean, even the rest of her outfit is black and white and gray. She's pale. I mean... What? Where is the color contrast? My God, add some more of it, please. Again, fog, dark, gloomy, nothing the same. It's all very monotone. And yes, it's supposed to be him looking at the Falcon, finding the Falcon for the first time. Why is this dark? I mean, yes, okay, they have the sun up here in the top. But it's dark. It's supposed to be hopeful. It's supposed to be night. It's supposed to be enlightening. It's supposed to be him finding a ship that he loves for decades. It is completely dark. This makes no sense lighting-wise. It's beautifully lit, but it makes absolutely zero sense. This does not fit the mood at all of what it's supposed to be.
She really goes into the mood stuff in this.
Did I mention earlier? This is, I think I did mention that this was supposed to be the ship that he loved for decades.
Right, yes.
Okay. Does it look like he feels any emotions for it?
I don't know. He does. From this scene, being a Star Wars fan, as I look at that character there, I almost see Harrison Ford looking up at it.
Yeah, and I mean, the little bit of light behind it is nice. But, it's half of what it needs to be, but it needs to be a little bit more. It needs to be the clouds part, the heavens say, here, this is your ship. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. This isn't quite that. It's not the beam of saying, oh. No, that's not what this is doing here. And it's supposed to be. This is the ship. I mean, okay. He loves the ship, Leia, Chewie, and Luke.
Not in that order.
No.
I think Chewie is above Leia.
True! But the ship is definitely over Chewie. So, if a non-Star Wars person is catching this...
You were going to get ripped apart by some of the Star Wars geeks. You realize that, right?
Yeah, but have I said anything that isn't accurate yet?
No. No. I will defend you.
I should know enough. This is the only shot that I really, really like where it shows something interior where it's not dark.
This looks like the Falcon to me. This
Yeah.
looks like a very, very clean and pristine Falcon.
Which is weird because the Falcon is normally the dirty rust bucket. So it looks more beaten up than the Imperial stuff. But now the Imperial stuff seems more dark and dirty and used and stuff. And the Falcon is clean, which...
Now this might not be the Falcon, but it looks... has the feel of a very new Millennium Falcon.
Yes, but it's just... It's almost like things are reversed, and they shouldn't be. You know, I mean, yes, okay, the nice, clean, new Falcon. But this is also their home. So, I mean...
Might not be at this point.
But, I mean, unless this is, like, fresh off of the lines, there should be at least 1 or 2 scuff marks on those walls. I mean, come on. They were a cargo ship. You know, they smuggled stuff. They should have 1 or 2 scuffs. I mean, yeah, okay, they might be cleaned off, but, you know, it doesn't... It's too shiny. It's too new. It's kind of like the CGI plastic flat feel on it. You know, it just feels a little too new. But this was how clean the Imperial stuff was in the original ones, and it's not.
The other thing to keep in mind was, if this is the Falcon brand new, we're seeing this about 5, maybe 10 years before A New Hope. If this is the Falcon and what the Falcon looks like right now, Han takes absolutely terrible care of this ship.
And it is, like, as far as I know, it's supposed to be older than that.
It should be older, yeah. But that's never been canonly said as to how old it is. But the idea is supposed to be, you're looking at like a 40, 50-year-old ship. It actually is visible in the prequels in one shot. Now, whether or not it's the actual Falcon or just another YT-1300, you can go on about forever. But it is actually, there is something that is supposed to be the Falcon visible in the prequels.
It felt like it was an Imperial control panel.
It's just dark. It's all dark.
Yeah, it's very dark. It's very...
like everything else.
I want to say metallic, but obviously it's metallic. But it just had an Imperial feel to it.
But that's the thing. It's matte. There's like 1 or 2 shiny things, but otherwise it's like got a matte finish on it, so it doesn't even shine.
Never would have noticed that.
All flat, all boring, all blah. Oh, hey, look, there's 2 red buttons. But otherwise, it's just the black, red, gray, little bit of white.
And blue. There is some blue.
Where?
Here.
It's always been blue in the Falcon.
There's blue in that 3rd shot there, but there in the 1st and 2nd shot there was no blue. Yeah. Why? No, I mean seriously. Medium color, medium color, medium color, dark. Hey, look, we got some buttons we can see. But why in the world would you give him a glove that would be about the same color as the handle? Either make the handle lighter or give him a glove or not give him a glove. His skin tone would make it easier to see his hand than this glove. Why in the world would you choose to make your composition poorer by giving him a glove? Take off his glove and actually make the composition correct. You're a professional photography director. You know this stuff.
Apparently not.
You're supposed to create contrast. I mean, yes, okay, there's a slight reflection in the knuckles, but otherwise, no contrast because, hey, there's reflection on your handle, which is matte instead of shiny. Give it a shiny handle so you can have some lighting on it. If you insist on a glove, shiny handle. Why is everything matte and boring? No need. Give it texture contrast. The shiny metal would be a texture contrast to leather. The matte metal is not a texture contrast.
I don't even know what she's saying half the time.
Texture contrast is basically, say for example, you have a piece of wood, a piece of stone, and a piece of metal. if you put the piece of metal in a matte finish, it would look very similar to the stone, like when you're looking at it through a photography lens, unless you have the correct lighting where you can tell the difference. Except for if you had like a shiny finish to it, you could definitely tell the metal versus the stone versus the wood. Where the wood you would be able to see the grain, the stone you would be able to see like the bumps or ripples or whatever, however the stone was made. And then the metal, which is the hard, cold shine to it. But that's what I mean by texture difference, is that you want to have variety so that you can see like that things are not all made with the same object or with the same material. You want to have something that's realistic, that shows that, oh hey, this is fabric, this is skin. They should not look like the same thing.
Don't get them confused.
But yeah, that's basically what I mean by texture difference. So like there, the leather is like a nice matte finish. The metal has a nice matte finish. It looks like it almost looks like it's the same soft texture under the lens because it does not have that shine to it. And it really, really needs some difference to it. It would definitely make the shot much better, much more distinctive, and give it the realistic variety that this needs desperately. Why? There's sometimes his coat seems light, sometimes his coat seems dark. Give him a light colored coat when it's dark. Give him a dark colored coat when it's light. Don't give him a dark coat when it's dark. Don't give him a light coat when it's light. Okay? Let me see him. Let me see his clothes. I want to see his outfit. Please. Pretty please. And what the heck is that face?
He's pooping.
Hey, look! You can tell. His hand versus the handle. Why couldn't the other guy be like that? I mean, seriously. You can tell difference, you know? I mean, it's like... It's lighting. Why is this so dark? Are they in night mode? Are they trying to be stealthy and not have as many lights on? Because, I mean, these lights look like they're bright and should light things. But they're not lighting anything. There's no realistic lighting effect of these lights on anything. So why are they there? This is another good depiction of texture variance. You can see that the metal of the ship is like metal, whereas the stone has like a little bit of ridges on it and things like that. Why the stone has such predictive layering to it, I have no idea. I don't know if that's just bad CGI or if that was just literally how tight of a layering they want.
That could actually be a real mountain.
It's just too regulated, which, I mean, mind you, I guess could happen in real life, but geologically, it would be very hard to have that large of a time frame in that mountain's life that has that many layers that are exactly the same width. There should be a little bit of variety in that, because even if it was like, it would have to have the similar situation every year for each year, which is pretty much depicted by each layer. So, I mean, that's a long time where it would have had to have the exact same situation happen with it. So that almost looks like repetitive CGI more than a real mountain to me because of it. It may or may not be a real mountain, I don't know. But the layering effect on it with the snow just seems like a geological inconsistency to me. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, I don't know.
Look, lighting.
Lighting! Hey! It's an explosion! But of course, it's yellow. Are the most common lighting ever in this trailer. Oh my god! There's a blue light with a yellow light, which means contrast. Holy crap, I'm actually impressed.
I don't see the blue light, to be honest.
It's just palish blue right there on the ship.
Oh, okay.
And there's like a little itty bitty bit of orangey yellow, which adds contrast to the color. Oh, thank God you actually paid attention to one little itty bitty bit of color theory. My God, I'm going to be disappointed the next shot, aren't I?
I apologize for unleashing her on the world.
Okay. Again. Foggy, cloudy, overcast.
It almost looks like they're having this the car chase scene. First off, the car chase seems very strange and out of place. I mean, it definitely seems like a car chase, but it doesn't feel like a Star Wars kind of car chase. You've got speeders, but it feels more like this could be going on in the streets of 1920 Chicago, and it would fit.
It feels kind of like a death race style race more than a, Star Wars thing.
And
when they filmed it, was it raining like the entire time? I mean, really? That's what it looks like.
They filmed the whole thing on Camino, so it's always raining.
But, I mean, seriously, it's like, okay. And like here. Okay.
I told you she had more to say than I did.
Okay. Droids. Okay, fine. Lighting. Boom. Hey, look. Hey, we actually have light because there was an explosion. Oh my God. Something that's not great. But, like... originally, in the dusty and dirty and grimy in Star Wars was really nice because it made everything feel lived in and worn and things like that.
But everything wasn't always fog or there was always sand. You changed as you moved from one to the other.
And the bigger cities like...
there's only two, Cloud City and Coruscant.
Coruscant and Cloud City. Both of them were very neat, tidy in the primary areas that they wanted, like the underground of Coruscant. The lower levels were a little bit dirtier and grittier, but they were very clean, they were very bright, they had multiple colors, and they had neon lights. I'm assuming we're in one of those other areas that is supposed to be more gritty and dirty, but there was also variety. Between Cloud City and Coruscant, there's a lot of different stuff there going on. I mean, and like all of the other towns and cities and stuff, there was like little things that made them different than each other. I'm not really seeing that in these trailers, honestly. So unless he's staying in pretty much the same spot.
Which could be.
Which doesn't, it's implied, but it doesn't seem right because in one shot there's Han Solo being asked a question on a beach, and he answers the question on a mountain side that's covered in snow.
It's the scene with Woody Harrelson where he's standing there, and basically he says he's putting together a crew.
And yeah.
And then Han responds with yes, but Woody Harrelson's on a beach with a visible ocean behind him, and Han is clearly in snow.
Okay.
Maybe we'll put the fog part last.
My lighting rant? Yeah, maybe that'd be good. Because, like, all this is like dark. Oh, hey, look, there's some red. Again, it's just... yeah, okay. Okay. Why is everything yellow?
Because they're inside.
But why is everything warm? Okay, everything is warm-toned, everything is nice. Okay. Fine, happy. But it's black, dark, dreary, dirty. They're running away from something. Are they on a date? Is he trying to charm her?
I think it might be his wife. That looks kind of like the actress that plays the girl that I've heard is his wife. I don't know for sure. They've released very little information about this movie. Can't imagine why.
If this is a dangerous situation, then why are they using warm colors? Why are they making you feel comfortable? If this is not a dangerous situation, is he, just trying to show off? But then why in the world were they showing that scene earlier where they were running away from cars or from other things in that same speeder. It's just, hey, look, now it's a chase scene. But is it the same thing? Is it different? Where there's an overpass? Is it an underpass? Is it not the same scene or chase? I don't know.
She is
It's just, but why, of all of the places to add yellow, everything is not. Everything is subdued. They added yellow there. But why? It made you feel comfortable. Why couldn't it have been like an orange or a red to make you feel the danger?
Maybe it wasn't dangerous yet. Maybe it was supposed to be comfortable, and then he ran a red light, and then...
Yeah, but the look of, oh dear God, why are you steering like this from the lady?
I've gotten that look out of you when I drive.
Yeah, but I wasn't comfortable.
That is true.
I mean, no. And again, it's like, okay, and we go out of that scene where there's actually lighting and some mood, okay, to gray, more gray. Hey, look, explosion, so we got some lighting. And then gray.
Well, the engines are red.
I mean, it's like they throw in the lighting in random places, but it makes no sense when and how, and it doesn't seem to make you feel anything. And then it's just all gray. I mean, is this planet literally supposed to get rain constantly?
Could be Camino. Doesn't look like Camino.
It doesn't look anything like Camino. There's nobody with a long neck. Nobody. There's not enough oceans for it to be Camino. It's just, no. I mean, I guess it could be Camino.
It's not Camino.
But, yeah, it's just nothing. Okay. Pretty shot. However, if they waited just a little bit longer, you'd get a little bit more color up here. Or, if it was sunrise or sunset or whatever, get a little bit more variety than the gray, and darker gray. I mean, there's a little bit of red, a little bit of pink here and there, but a little bit more time. You got a little bit more color to it. Yeah, I know. Or, use a filter, artificially add in a little bit more color, make it look a little bit better. I mean, you can do that. You're a professional. Why can't we see the sun? Why is the sky always gray? Why can't there be... okay, this could be an alien planet. Why in the world does it even have to be blue or gray? Why can't it be purple? Give me a purple sky. Give me a green sky. Don't give me gray sky. Ooh. I'm tired of gray sky.
Ooh, what would a planet look like under a green star?
That'd be cool. Why didn't they show us that?
Yeah, they've never shown that in Star Wars, what a planet would look like under a different color star.
Yeah, but I mean, this looks like Earth. Why do I care?
Because it was filmed on Earth.
Yeah, I know, but, I mean, this is Star Wars. It's not supposed to look like Earth all the time, every time. That's just, no.
That is a good point. Out of a non, Star Warsy person, this does feel like Earth at all times.
Yes.
A futuristic Earth.
And it's a rainy Earth. There is no sun. We must have destroyed it. This one. Okay, yes, there's flashes of light and stuff.
I think they're going for dark and mysterious, but to be completely honest, it doesn't fit with Lando's character. Lando's character is colorful and boisterous. He wears a blue shirt in Empire Strikes Back.
But, I mean, the only place where the stone is something other than gray and drab. I mean, this brown stone would have been absolutely fabulous to have with the train shot to make some distinguishing colors in those shots. And use the gray for this one to lighten up the shot and so you could see the character. And I mean, he looks great. He's a good looking guy. He has this wonderful coat. Why don't you want us to see him? Why do you want him to blend into the background? I mean, really, what in the world? Who the hell thought that was a good idea? I mean, really. Director of photography. Why? I mean, yes, okay, when it lights up, okay, yes, you can see him kinda. Okay. This shot, I know I complained about the other one where he just like blended into the background. This one is much better, even though it's still very monotone. Because I mean, at least his shirt looks like it's supposed to be a color other than like the background.
Following
in different lighting.
Following that, this actually looks like a style of shirt that Lando wears.
Yeah, this looks
Empire
like
Strikes Back.
This looks like Lando.
And the actor in this, from my perspective, the actor in this shot has Billy D. Williams down perfectly.
Yeah,
he looks like him. He's got the charisma. He's got the posture. He's got the dress. I don't know if he has the voice. We haven't heard his voice yet, but he looks like he could be a young Billy D. Williams.
And honestly, if this looks like it might be like a bar or social area, add some different colors in there, man. Like the neon lighting or like some other lighting other than the same color shirt the guy is wearing, please.
It does seem kind of the shirt color. If it had been bright blue like Lando's in Empire, he would have stood out better.
Well, I mean, I have no problem with the color of the shirt that he's wearing, but like, it's so dark that it looks like it's almost like, you know, there's the type of photo that's all like tans and browns type of black and white version. It's just like off-white browns and beiges and stuff. It almost looks like that's the kind of color feel that they put on this picture. And it's like, why don't we just add something else? Because I mean, it looks like it could be like some other kind of really cool looking place, but we don't know because we can't see it because it's too dark. Looks interesting, but we don't know. I like the use of the silhouette. Very nice.
And that silhouette does actually look like Han Solo.
Yes.
I'll give him that much. That looks like Harrison Ford.
Again, the only colors that we have so far, yellow, gray, a little bit of red. Hey, that one shot with blue in the sky. But that's it. I mean, this by itself is a very good shot. Very nice lighting. And probably would fit the mood. But if the only mood lighting that you have is yellow, what are you doing? We need more than yellow. Hi, Chewie! We can actually see you! My God!
It's because he's brown against a white background.
Oh my God, they didn't put him in like a cave with the same color of blah behind him. He actually doesn't blend in.
This is a minute-long teaser. 1 minute.
And they screwed up this much. No sun. Again. Yes, I know. Hey, give me a planet with 2 suns. I'll take that. 3, heck. You know, I don't know how that would work in science. Somebody described that to me, but give me something other than cloud.
I don't need to describe it to you. Pitch Black already did.
3?
That was a trinary star system.
Oh, yeah, it was. Cool.
Yes, it was.
Anyway.
When a horror film has better science fiction information and ideas than Star Wars, it's kind of sad.
They almost got the shot.
They almost got the shot.
Almost. Okay. Okay, so snow in the background. Again, can't see what the sky is whatsoever because it's cloud. Ever-existing cloud, I guess. The lapel is dark. Contrast to the sky. Why in the world is he wearing a light-colored jacket? Why? I mean, on the sand planet, he was wearing like a sand-colored one. This one almost looks white. Is he trying to blend in?
I think it's the same coat, actually.
Yeah, I think it is too. But it's like, this character is shown in 2 areas in this. Both of which are very light-colored. Why didn't you choose something more medium-colored or dark? So you can actually see this character. unless he's hiding. Why? Color balance. Light, medium, dark. Don't do all medium. Don't do all light. Don't do all dark. It's like color theory 101, first freaking class when you're in any professional art degree. Seriously.
And you thought you were just going to hear a rant about Star Wars.
Oh, thank God. There's sun-ish.
There actually, it is dark in the background.
Yeah, and okay. So, again, we could change this to a black and white photo. And you would not see much difference between it. And that is bad. Oh my God, that looks like an Earth ocean.
Purple ocean. That would be cool.
Give me something else. I mean, it doesn't have to be water. Really. Truly, it doesn't have to be water. Okay, yeah, but why? On a shot where you're showing sand and something that looks like sandstone, would you put somebody in a coat that is the exact same color as sand and sandstone unless they're trying to hide? Seriously. Maybe any other shot, it'd look good. But holy cow, both of them are wearing coats that are pretty much the same exact color as their background. I like the shot. Because, hey, look, there's something that's not, monotone there. I like this lineup. I'm wondering why they're all looking the same way that way when the guy who's taken off the...
Why is there an Ewok?
Is that an Ewok? Well, he's apparently a bounty hunter or whatever, chief member or whatever. But yeah, I was thinking kind of bounty hunter because that kind of looks like the bounty hunter mask that Leia had-ish.
No.
No? Not similar enough? Okay.
I see why you think it is, but no. It's a different shape.
Okay.
What you're thinking of would have been the top part is actually the visor slit. So.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, this has at least a little bit of variety in the characters that we're showing here. There's, some interlapping and some that are not, but they at least look like they're individuals. All of the other ones are just so boringly not individuals, except for the main characters. So this is nice. I'm assuming that they are actually important characters at some point because they're not as bland as everybody else that's just in the background. Why? Okay. So yes, we are correct. The shirt was yellow. Why would you light that droid in that color so he blended in to the background of the control panel that much? He's supposed to be having a good moment with Lando. Why in the world can you not see that sensitive moment? Why is it dulled down with blue? It's supposed to be a good moment. It's supposed to be a happy moment as far as I can tell. Why is it with a depressive, sad color? Why?
Are you seriously going to bitch about this?
Does anybody know what's wrong with this other than me? Oh, can I give you a clue? It's blue. There's nothing else in blue. I mean, at least in some of the other shots there were red buttons. Why can't you sprinkle in those red buttons in there?
There's one.
Oh my God, I missed one. But it's purple, so it blends in with a cool tone.
You're getting your own video.
I mean, there's
that's how I'm salvaging this. Is you're getting your own video, so I can have the 5-minute reaction to this, and then the 45 minutes of you bitching about a minute of on-screen lighting.
But it's like, why? There's okay. Blue is cool. It's cold. It's what are they doing? That it's so depressive that he's moving this gear shift.
That he should be jumping to hyperspace.
Should be! Why is that depressing? Apparently.
Yes, he is.
But that, I mean, again, supposed to be a real happy moment with the droid and like going into hyperspace.
And possibly the first time we've seen hyperspace from the Falcon.
So, why in the world is it blue and depressive? Not supposed to be a depressive moment, but apparently, according to this lighting, it is. This one, properly lit. Could use a little bit softer of lighting to make it seem like, you know, it apparently, like, rained the entire time they tried to film. Because, again, still overcast. But, I mean, okay, the only thing that might have made this better was depending on if this was the start of the movie, where it's the sunrise, where they're just meeting each other or just establishing their friendship, needs to be sunrise. If it's the end of the movie where they just dealt with like tragedy and they're, you know, everything is good, but they're looking to the future, you know, a good sunset, you know, the hero's riding off into the distance in the sunset. Looking at the beach, yeah, you know, Chewie and Han with that, nice. I could do a nice sunset here, too. Why the rainy? So much better it could have been, but, you know, it's okay. Better than whatever other stuff I complain about.
I seriously didn't think Star Wars would anger her this much.
The only reason why it does is because the originals and the trilogy were so good about mood lighting that you literally could feel exactly what he wanted you to feel just based on what the lighting was. And this one, no. I mean, okay, here. We're not supposed to see Han. Alright? He's got some red in his hair. There's some blue behind him. You can see the pale on his shoulders. And you can see him. Why in the world is this the most colorful shot that I have seen yet? Why?
I told you, she's angry.
Makes no sense. Okay. Why can you see the background better than the people?
He isn't very well lit, is he?
No. In the original Star Wars, they would do this with Anakin when he was tempted by the dark side, but he was still half light side. So it was like his good and evil side. He would, like, half of his face would be dark, half would be light. It'd be kind of like the angel and the devil on your shoulder. That's how they would depict it. I'm sorry, not the original series, the prequels.
The prequels, yes.
That's how they would depict it. So, why in the world are they using that effect with Solo in this situation? Is he trying to be concealing? Which, you know, might be true with the conversation. Don't know. But the thing is that I can see the background better than them. And, you know what? It is very monotone. I don't know what situation they're in, but apparently everybody has a white tint. I don't know why anybody would, like, only buy white tints. I'm sure there's one crazy person who wanted a red one. But they said no. He has to have a white one. Why? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but I mean, like, okay. As an actual photograph, pretty, but again, it's more that all of it is just monotone, blah. There's like no variety, no life to these images. And when you look at things as stills, yeah, it might overall look okay, but when it's all put together, it's like, where's anything. And the, of course, the always needed cantina scene.
Yeah.
Always needed cantina.
This looks more like a nightclub kind of thing, but yeah.
Yeah, but so was the cantina kind of-ish. It was kind of a bar with live entertainment type thing, so, yeah. And,
This is the nightclub scene.
yes. What nightclub only has one color of lighting?
Bright white that blinds you?
Yeah. Drunks don't like bright lights, okay? So apparently they're not drinking. At all. Anything. And, I mean, okay, this looks like these may possibly be windows, but I can't tell because you can't see anything outside of them.
If they are, they're non-opaque. They're non-transparent windows. They're not designed for you to see through, just to let sunlight in.
Either that or it's cloudy like it always is.
No, not with what it is. I know Star Wars enough to know that those aren't. That's more like a panel with a light behind it that's shining through.
Okay, the other thing is, how many people do you know, unless it's a themed party, don't wear colorful clothes at, like, a nightclub or a bar?
The only person wearing the colorful clothes is actually the one in the middle, and she's mostly reflecting the light.
Yeah.
And there's a person off to the side wearing red.
There's this person wearing red. Everybody else is in dark or light. They all blend in. They are all monotone, all fitting in a nice tight composition that is really so unrealistically boring that it just doesn't work. Because, oh, hey, look, we got somebody that's non-human here.
It actually looks like Groot.
A little bit, yeah. But, I mean, let's see. Is there anybody else that's obviously non-human? Well, she's got that thing over her and this backup singer. But, I mean, everybody else looks like they're human or humanoid.
It's Krang!
Yes!
Her backup singer is Krang!
I do not want to hear that. But, I mean, okay. She's in the same bar. It's got some nice yellow and stone and stuff like that. She's wearing dark. He's wearing dark. Is this a funeral?
Yes, it's the death of Star Wars.
It's like, okay, yeah, okay, there's just a little bit of red here. I mean, okay, this person looks like they might be an alien, but, I mean, I miss the variety of characters that were just so obviously a different race or species or, you know, and you can't really see that too much. I mean, maybe if it was less blurry from the fog effect that they did, which is the only realistic thing that they have in a nightclubish theme. But, I mean, where's the lights that are going through doing, like, the little laser show, you know? I mean, that might not fit her song, but you can do the soft, you know, little lights for her softer song or whatever. But this does not feel like what it's supposed to be, which is, like, a lady at a show at a party. It's just, you know, too drab, it seems. And I mean, yeah, okay, beautiful, beautiful dress. Why in the world is it gold? Everything else in the room is gold. Why in the world? Oh, wait, this liquid
Is gold.
is yellow. Everything in here is yellow, black, white, or brown. Except for that one guy wearing red, which he apparently didn't get the memo. Why couldn't her dress be red? With, like, you could still leave her little mouthpiece thing as gold. The little headpiece is gold. And, like, leave, like, the gold on the device holding their backup singer. Leave the green of them, but make the liquid a different color. And make her dress a different color. Doesn't even have to be red. Oh my god. Blue or purple. Purple is the opposite of yellow. Oh my god, it would have looked fabulous. It would have been wonderful if you had done a purple dress that was just that shiny. Fabulous. Blue. Very close to the opposite of yellow. Also an excellent choice. Would have been fabulous. Would have actually given that contrast this needs. Given it some varieties. Because variety is real. This is so fake. It is so obviously fake. It drives me nuts. And Star Wars did not have this issue like in the original or the prequels. I am not trying to say anything about anything in the prequels because I know a lot of people don't like them, but you can definitely agree that they didn't have monotone pictures like this. It is sad when the only color that you see in these last two clips are the floating head thing and her lipstick. That's it. It's just the fog thing for me. It was just everything was overcast, everything was dreary, everything was dark. This is one of the few scenes that it is not dark. And it's the only time things are light and bright and possibly cheerful are one, when Woody Harrelson is on the beach or on the snowy bank offering him to be part of a team, and two, when things are blowing up.
It's always good when things explode and are nice and bright.
Yes, so, blowing up is nice and fun and bright, but, I guess the cantina was bright too. Or the show with the lady, that was bright too, but it's like everything is so dark and dreary, and it's like, it almost seems like it's going to be a depressingly themed movie. Or like just monotone. And this is a droid that was being talked about before, that has the attitude. You know what the sad part is? This is probably the best you can see that droid in a lot of shots. Because a lot of the shots, he's just blends in because of how poorly he's lit. And at least here he has somewhat of a silhouette going on, or somewhat of a shadow going on, so you can actually see him somewhat. It's kind of washed out with the brightness, but oh hey look, we have light. There was so much detail put into like the original trilogy and the prequels that could have been put in this teaser. That wasn't.
But we're done going through this.
Again, yeah, that was my rant on all of the things that could have been and should have been.
And this is from a 2-minute clip. Wow.
Thank you for staying with me for so long.
Yes, thank you.
Again, this is coming from somebody who's been taught color theory, emotional theory behind colors, things like that. Lighting. I've had photography classes for my graphic design. So, there is just so much potential that if they had just gone an extra step, would have been like normal level for like special effects. And again, it's pretty, but it's not an effective pretty. It's not doing its job. And yes, you could say, oh yeah, but it's a good image. It is a good image in certain respects. In other respects, if you look at the theory of what it's supposed to be doing, sorry, you can like the image. It can be good for you. That's fine. Some of those images, I would have been like, oh, hey, this is cool. But, it's not realistic at all because should be more variety in color. Like the scene of the singer in the bar. technically is pretty. Didn't have any realistic contrast that should have existed in that shot. None. Unless it was like a completely themed thing. And the one thing that I absolutely adored about Star Wars that is absolutely missing from this was how you could walk into a random public place and see a huge variety of people, whether they be human or any other like of the alien races that they had. There was a wide variety of them. And you could tell you weren't at a bar on Earth. You could tell you weren't in a public place on Earth. You could tell there was actually more to the universe than 4 or 5 planets. And that depth is just non-existent, and that makes me cry. And again, I was more Indiana Jones than Star Wars. But these new ones just make me go, where's the depth? Where's the implied universe? I mean, the background is supposed to say, hey, there's a universe behind me. They're hiding it with a cloud. A literal cloud in this one. Anyway, I could probably get started all over again.
We don't have the film capacity for that at this point. You're pushing this camera.
But anyway, that is my point, is that basically the newer ones just are not hitting. I mean, the new ones, the original ones, revolutionized things. And these new ones barely even hit par with other, modern movies. I mean, holy cow, that Alien in 7 was probably some of the... I'm sorry. They needed to touch up their CGI.
In the future, we will have a 14-week dissection of everything wrong with the lighting and the colors and the CGI in episode 7. But
anyway, yes, I mean, it just, when they say it does not look like Star Wars, it does not feel like Star Wars, because of the lighting, it's because of the mood lighting, it's because of the music. And a lot of these
really
things are missing. They fixed some of it, and it's doing better, but it's not.
But before you go off,
there.
She hasn't seen episode 8 yet.
I have not seen episode 8 yet. I have seen some previews. I have seen some rants. And I have seen Noobs' rant. And I'm pretty much of the mentality of, oh my god, I could tear it up worse than he did. Because
for different reasons.
Because of just the visuals. Because, frankly, it's doing better, but you have to at least make it feel like Star Wars. And everything that I've seen is still lacking on that. And I will review it and see if my opinion changes, but I don't think so. But anyway.
Unfortunately, that means I have to watch episode 8.
Yep.
But anyways, thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys next time. Good luck. Have fun. Bye-bye. Oh my god, are you wordy?